guys, and welcome back to our channel. We thought it would be a fun idea to answer some of the questions that you sent in to us on Instagram.
And for a bit of extra added spice, I'm going to be doing the buldak tojon challenge. Really spicy noodles. I've been wanting to do this for a long time.
So basically, I'm going to be answering the questions because Dan is going to be...
I'm going to be in a world of pain.
Yeah.
Honestly, this looks like a spawn of Satan. Here you go.
Looks good, babe.
Here you go.
So the first question was, how did you save up for travels whilst living in London? That's a good question.
What's the question? How do we save up for
travels whilst living in London?
So I think the process began back in probably October 2019. And then we were both working full-time jobs. So I was working as a teacher for a school in North London. You were working for a church. So I'm so sorry. And it's not like we were on both like super high-paid jobs. We're quite frugal anyway, but it just meant that we didn't really buy loads of new clothes or go out to eat.
New clothes. Very, very frugal to the point of like not buying a coffee, not going out for drinks, or if we did, we just have water or something, which seems really boring, but we kind of had the long-term goal in mind, so we wanted to do that.
I definitely think it's the little things that help you save, but we can definitely do another video about that if people are interested.
Yeah, that's true. You are good at saving. Ooh, okay. The best food we've had since leaving the UK.
Wasn't this?
I mean, we went to Italy, and it's a bit of a cliche to say pizza, but genuinely, pizza in Naples was my favourite food.
We went back to Milan just before we came to Denmark, and we went for risotto. And we had this amazing risotto that was cooked in a wheel of cheese.
So good, yeah.
Oh, my lips are on fire. Actual.
You could do that risotto. Get some orange juice. Okay, so that was best food. Risotto, pizza for me. We've got favourite memory and then also favourite place we visited so far. So maybe we do favourite place, we'll combine it, favourite place.
It's just stuck in my throat. You think about favourite place now.
Okay, I've got my favourite place.
Go on, you go.
Venice for me is definitely my favourite place. It was like nowhere I've ever been before. If you haven't been to Venice, you should definitely go. It was amazing. So that would be my favourite place.
I loved Milan. I really, really like Milan. It's part of the reason we went back at the end of our Italy trip. But it just felt really safe. It felt really kind of clean, organised. Loads of things that you could go to.
Is that what you like about a city? Clean and organised?
Honestly, my mind is, I can't even think straight right now. So, yeah, clean and organised.
I mean, Copenhagen is my favourite place ever. So yeah, Venice or Copenhagen.
Before we move on to the next question, I really think Abby should have a bite of this.
Okay, I'll have a bite.
Just so she can feel
it smells so horrible. Oh, it's a bit sticky, isn't it? Okay, look at this. It's all clumped together. What the hell?
It's like a yo-yo.
Oh, it does smell quite spicy.
Don't get it on your lips.
Yeah, it's quite spicy.
And it just keeps coming.
It keeps coming?
Yeah.
I kind of like it. Ooh, it kind of gives me a zest for life. Bite? No, thank you.
Next question.
Oh, I've forgotten my passcode for my
See?
phone. Okay.
It does that.
It does. Gives you a zest for life. I'd recommend if you're feeling like things are a bit drab. Oh, it does keep coming.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, this is a good one. Greatest God moment while travelling.
Oh, I've got mine.
Okay.
I think for us, there are so many aspects where we could say we put our trust in God and God provided and different circumstances occurred, which could either be coincidence or God. We kind of choose to think and believe that it's God. But I think the biggest one for me was getting into Denmark. The regulations changed to say that Brits couldn't travel into Denmark. So you could go if you had a job, you could go if you were studying, But we were just travelling, and although we were kind of linked to this church here in Odense, we didn't have like a job contract. We were really worried that when we got to the Danish border, we'd be turned away.
We'd already spoken to immigration, and they told us under no circumstances would be allowed in.
Yeah.
So we thought we're not going to be allowed in, but we like.
And we still flew. I don't know why we did that.
Well, we just felt like, why not?
Amazingly, we got in. We were like the first people off the plane, and the immigration guy was just like, "Yep, sure." So
that feels like it was a God moment, like a miracle.
Yeah.
That was really, really cool.
What about for you?
I think just how we've been able to live in the places, like I've been able to live in Denmark for a bit, like, which is what I wanted to do. It wasn't our plan to come here. We weren't sure what to do after Italy. If you watch some of our videos, like our Rome video, we didn't have a plan after Italy. Our original plans had been kind of scuppered. We were going to go to Greece and Eastern Europe, and that was kind of scuppered. So asking God, like praying and just saying, where should we go next? And then we really felt like we should contact the people we knew here in Denmark and come here. And that provision has been really, really cool. And we'll talk a bit more about this, but it's also meant that we can, fingers crossed, still go to Korea, which we wouldn't unfortunately be able to do if we were still in England. So
yeah.
How you right there?
What was a bad one?
Should I get you some milk? Yeah? Okay.
Pause. I want to avoid the milk for as long as I can.
Just have some.
Just a little bit on my lips. Cool my lips down.
I quite like it in a weird way. It's kind of addictive.
Do you want a bit more?
I'll have a bit more, yeah.
Alright.
Okay, you can read this next question if you can answer it.
Alright. Has it been hard to navigate with COVID, etc.? Did you feel added nerves because of it? Yeah, I think obviously COVID had a massive impact on... It's had a massive impact on everyone, like the last year or so. For us, we were... in the struggle. I think for us, we knew that we were going to South Korea in the summer, and as soon as COVID hit and things were really bad in the UK, like all these question marks were coming up, like will we be able to go? So obviously we didn't go to Korea in the summer, we postponed, but we'd already given up our jobs, we'd already given up the lease on our house, so we were kind of like, we don't have any family in the UK that we can stay with, so we had to travel to France. Of course, that brought loads of added anxiety and stress.
Yeah, I'd say for me, I probably was more anxious than Dan a lot of the time. I thought about like the little things, like the studies that came out about the fact that it can come through the air vent, so I didn't want to put the aircon on, or like loads of stuff like that. You can just get a bit obsessed. Yeah. And I think I did start to get a bit obsessed, but you're really good at kind of calming me down, and we were taking all the precautions we could, so we're able to feel a bit more chill about it.
Wear your mask, people. That's our number one tip.
Where did this English teaching idea come from? How long are you going to stay in Korea? What agency are you working for?
Ooh.
It came about a few years ago. After we'd been to Korea, we visited. Mm-hmm. So I think it was because of Dan's heritage. We wanted to learn a bit more about Korea and learn some of the language and the culture as well, and experience that. So that's been kind of part of the reason.
Yeah.
We also felt like it was, again, like a God thing, that we met some people before we went out there and when we were out there, and it just felt like the kind of right next step.
Yeah.
How long are you going to be in Korea?
Yeah, I don't think we put like a time frame on it. I think for us, it's such a big move. Like, we feel it would be kind of wasted time if we didn't commit to saying 2 years, at least. So I think we've said, look, a minimum of a couple of years, and if we really, really hate it, which I'm sure we won't,
then we'll obviously leave.
We'll come home, but we want to give it that time and give Korea the chance, and for us to kind of learn the language, learn the culture kind of thing.
Yeah.
But then after that, who knows? We're
open to seeing what happens, and just looking forward to hanging out with some people out there.
My nose is starting to run now.
Yeah, so
oh, dearie.
What agency are we going to be working for?
We're going to be teaching in the epik program, which is the English program in Korea. And essentially it's a government scheme to put a native English speaker in as many public schools or state schools in the country as they can. So we'll be teaching in a government school in Incheon in South Korea.
Yeah. Final questions about the future. So this is interesting. When do you get to your final destination? And what are your future plans?
Ooh.
That's a big question. When do you get to your final destination? Who knows? In the bigger scheme of things, who knows?
Meet our maker.
Yeah.
It feels like in 5 minutes.
After you eat the noodles.
Oy.
Our final destination is, at the moment, is Korea. We don't know anything past there, do we? So that's kind of like our final destination.
Yeah.
Well, Dan just made a good point. Maybe the question was more, when do we get there? We get there on the 6th of February, all being well. Then we've got to quarantine for 2 weeks separately, which is mad. But we've got to quarantine separately for 2 weeks, and then we have a week of orientation, and then we're going to start our jobs. But we're leaving Denmark on the 6th of February. What are our future plans? What are our future plans? That's a good...
Drink a litre of milk.
Dan doesn't think super, super far into the future. So for you, your future plans are...
Get through today.
Get through today.
Get through this video. Any ideas, put them in the comments.
But hopefully we'll still be laughing, still be having a lot of fun, still be exploring new cultures. We really enjoy that, so I think that's always going to be part of the future for us, isn't it?
Oh.
How are you feeling?
So I've got these little bits at the end now. It's in my throat.
So while Dan finishes that off, we're going to sign off here, end the video. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sending those questions in. Hey!
It's so radioactive red. I think I'm going to cry.
Well, Dan goes and cries and drinks his milk. We're going to end the video there. We will see you next time. If you've got any more questions or you want to know anything else, leave it in the comments below. We'd love to do more of these videos.
Yeah, don't forget to subscribe.
Don't forget to subscribe, like, all that jazz to see what, if you're interested, to see what we get up into Korea. Get up to in Korea.
And if you want to see us do the ×4.
If you want to see Dan do the ×4, I'm definitely not going to do that.
Let us know.
That's all for now.
Bye.
Bye.
Aye.